Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Morning, everyone. We're going to stand. I know. Thank you. We are going to stand, but we're going to do something a small bit different today, just because the pledge is good. However, today we're going to do a moment of silence for all the fire victims in red. All right, thank you, everyone. All right, so now we can all sit down and we'll switch right into guests and dignitaries. We're gonna let Jim get his food, and then we will introduce him. So please go ahead and get your food. We'll let you get your food. We're gonna do that. We'll go around and do guests. Guests, backwards from our normal table.
My name is Marty. She works at College.
Welcome. Back table. Technically, I suppose you are still a guest.
Yes.
So,
Hi guys, I'm Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey guys. Technically still a guest till
next week.
next week.
Next week.
Hey, it's Brandon.
Oh.
Yes.
There's my spot. I was gonna say, what is your spot?
Perfect. Couple back here.
I'm Seth Naiman. I'm Travis Naiman's dad.
We'll hear from Travis in a few minutes.
I have one over here.
Oh, I got one more in the back.
This is my good friend Lorna Bryant. Sorry that was.
Okay. Now we'll do this table. Perfect. We have Jim Flamson, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm Jim Flamson, past district governor, 2010-11, and currently the District Foundation chair, and I am here to make a special presentation this morning. I'm from the Rotary Club of Calistoga, and I will be back here next year because my wife Kathy is your incoming district governor.
I see.
Marty
We
Lane,
have Marty.
Southwest Eureka, Rotarian.
Hey! More. Oh.
So I have Luis Taboya from Rotary Foundation.
All right. Now we're just going to hop right into announcements. Does anyone have any announcements? No announcements? I know that there's a sandcastle building tomorrow. Anybody going to attend? Maybe? Maybe Romi will say something about it in a few minutes. We'll move on. So, seems kind of weird. I'm doing things out of order, as I always do, because it's better for me, because I don't know what I'm doing. Last week, I missed my Rotarians of the Week. So, instead of having one this week, I'm having two. So, Romi is still up by the front door, but Jessica is here, and the two of them seem to be paired well together. And so I kind of like that. So, and I don't want to let Dick be my Rotarian of the Week for a third week in a row. That would just be
it's
weird.
going to be a grudge match.
So, this week my Rotarian of the Week is Jessica and hey, Romi! You're Rotarian of the Week!
But Dick's got a grudge match out for us. So
Yeah.
He's got a grudge.
It's you and me, girl, against Dick Jones.
You're not going to let it go.
You two are going to have to roll with it.
With Dick?
With Dick.
That's Dick. You are always my Rotarian of the Week.
Oh, thank you. So the reason I chose you two this week for the Rotarian of the Week is every time I've asked you to do anything, it's actually done before I've actually asked you. So I kind of appreciate that. So thank you. All right. So let's see. Do we have any Sojourning Sunrisers? Anyone? Oh, we have one.
I've been gone for a while. I
have Dustin and I had our 20th class reunion one Saturday, so we were doing that. And then my daughter's a competitive swimmer, so we were down in the city 3 weekends in a row. Concord area, San Jose, we were doing that. We did Cape Wolf one weekend. And then last weekend, I was a den mother to my 7-year-old's Cub Scout camp in Lake of the Woods, Oregon. So I did that for 5 days, and it was a lot of fun. He wore a coonskin cap around and shot a BB gun and wrist rockets. And it was the little Lord of the Flies, but he seemed to have fun.
Yeah, you trained him with all the proper skills.
Oh, he's very much into these scouting oaths and keeping everything, you know, yes, very safe.
Excellent.
But yeah, very feral.
Feral is good.
I got to go to Travis and Seth's family reunion down in the Bay Area, and they're Armenian, and so I got to learn a lot about Armenian history, and I didn't realize a lot of stuff that happened like in 1915 to 16, and it was really neat. Like they have a lot of culture and history. They do a big backgammon tournament, and they really do it up every 2 years. Like so, it was really neat.
Nice. Anybody else? No? Well, I promise. Ah, it's not there. Go up. Go up. Well, it's me talking. Well, this is no fun. I may be the worst tech president for somebody who's supposed to know what he's doing. I'm just going to stop this and do it this way because that's how much I care. So, I went hiking, and we'll just let this view in the background, and if you want, you can come up and look, and if you're one of the people that I've suckered into this plan, I can tell you far more about it, and I'll have it projected next week. I went on a backpacking trip. I attempted to go from Hobo Gulch to Grizzly Lake and back in 4 days, which is probably one of the stupidest things I've ever done. My plan was I was going to take a rotary pin up to the lake, put it somewhere that it was easily identifiable so someone could grab it and bring it back and get some points towards a Paul Harris because that sounds like a fun thing. So instead, what I did of making people go 18.7 miles to find a pin in the bushes, I'm going to make people go 8.7 miles to find the Jorstead cabin on that trail. And if you look, there is a video of me hiding a pin in the back corner of it where it will sit for 1 year, where I will go back and get it if no one else has brought it to me. But the requirement is you have to have a video of you collecting it, or your designee, that will be fine. And then return it, play it at the club, and we'll get you points towards your Paul Harris. So,
Can I hire you to go get it?
you can, actually. We can discuss payment soon. And you may not be able to convince me to do it. All right. So, Travis, how are you doing? Let's see if the tech guy can actually make your PowerPoint come up.
You might want to go help him.
Yeah. Hey, look! And then as you want to move on, downward arrow.
Hello, so next year I will be attending Brazil for my Rotary Exchange, and this is my why I decided to go on exchange. I really like to travel, and I love seeing new cultures and meeting new people and all of that, and I was inspired by my German teacher at school who's talking about all the different ways to go on exchange. I just really found that interesting, so. Why I chose the Rotary program, I heard from also my teacher and some other students that the Rotary was a really good program and they really cared about you in the exchange and that they really had a good exchange program. I had talked to Izzy a little bit before I joined the program and yeah, it's really good. Where I'm going to Campinas, Brazil. There's about 1 million people, and it's about an hour and a half east of Sao Paulo, Brazil. So yeah, it's a pretty big city, but pretty excited. Where I'm going to school, this is Coriell, São José de Campinas, and I don't think, I looked it up, and I think there's multiple like schools inside all these buildings. I'm not sure which one I'll be in, but yeah, it's pretty cool. What I'll be looking forward to, no more Humboldt fog.
You will be sorry you said that in a few words.
Looking forward to the food. I'm looking forward to the food and looking forward to traveling. And I play soccer, so I'm obviously looking forward to all the soccer culture down there. Thank you all. This all would not be possible without you being part of the club. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, that's very exciting. You're going to have a great year. You'll love it, and I look forward to the presentation when you come back.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a lot heavier. It'll take you a lot more time. So awesome. Well, great. I love this. I'm on time. I totally blew it last week, but this week I'm on time to give it to Terri because Final Friday is supposed to take up more time than I do. So, Terri, it's all yours.
Go, Terri.
So we have some things to do. We have some items to auction off, and for those of you who don't know, our Final Friday auction happens 8 times a Rotary year, and people in the club are assigned to bring items. It's optional, but there's peer pressure to do it, so it's sort of optional. And then other Rotarians or guests in the room. I'm sorry?
There's optional and Terri optional.
Yeah, that's right, it's Terri. Then other Rotarians and guests bid on the items, and all the funds go to the Rotary Foundation to do the great things that we do. And then half of the credits, the points, go to the donor and half go to the buyer. So it's a win-win. Everybody can work toward their Paul Harris Fellow. A Paul Harris Fellow is an award named after Rotary's founder, Paul Harris, and it signifies someone who has donated at least $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation, or somebody in whose name our club has donated that. And so in that regard, I'd like Travis to come back up, please. Because it has been our custom for the last several years to award both our inbound and outbound youth exchange students a Paul Harris. So this is a pin for your jacket to wear, and this is the certificate that your dad might want to frame or something like that. And if you want to know more about what a Paul Harris is, we can talk. And anyway, congratulations. Have a great trip. And then I'm going to ask our district foundation chair, Jim Flamson, to come up and help me do this next one. The other thing that I like about our club is that people don't stop at their first Paul Harris Fellow. They keep going and going and going, and often being their children or their grandchildren. And so I'd like Karen to come up because her grandson, is this number 3 grandson? Number 3. So she has a whole family of Paul Harris grandsons. I'll have Jim do that for you.
Well, of course, your lovely certificate is obviously suitable for framing, and for Landon Davis Larson, Paul Harris Fellow, and I will have to let you present it.
He's only 3 months old.
Might have to go in his diapers.
Years ago, they gave medallions, and I have a photograph of my grandson at 3 months old, and the medallion was longer than he was. Congratulations.
One other thing is President Ray has kindly furnished us with
Yay, Ashley.
Ashley and President Ray have made us, or have furnished us with mimosa making, so no, you're on there.
Oh, I'm on now. Obviously, we did not rehearse this.
No.
So,
You're a past district governor, you can do it on the fly.
on the fly, yeah. Marty, I'd like you to come up here also, please. So I am here today to present a couple of special foundation awards to Terri and Marty. You're all familiar with Paul Harris and the Rotary Foundation and how we recognize people for contributions to the Rotary Foundation. So in my role as District Foundation Chair, today I am representing the Board of Trustees of the Rotary Foundation. And we're going to make a nice recognition here. You know, we start out asking people to make a donation of any kind to the Rotary Foundation. And those of you that contribute to the annual fund, you do it with the knowledge that 3 years later, half of that money comes back to our district for us to spend on district and global grants. We recognize people when they achieve $1,000 of giving as a Paul Harris Fellow, as we've just seen. And you as a member can continue to contribute, and every time you reach another $1,000 level, you receive a beautiful little stone for your pin, and you can name somebody else as a Paul Harris Fellow. Those that commit to contribute $1,000 a year become members of the Paul Harris Society, as are both Marty and Terri. Those that continue to contribute eventually reach that plateau of $10,000 of total giving to the Rotary Foundation, be it Polio Plus, the annual fund, the endowment fund, or contributing to a global grant. When you achieve a level of $10,000, you become a major donor, and you receive recognition with a diamond. Those that continue to give eventually reach the level of $25,000 and become major donor level 2. I'm working on that. And then there are those that overachieve and exceed $50,000, and that's why we're here today, is to recognize our two newest major donor level 3, Terri Clark and Marty Lay. Foundation Chair to help me with the presentation, so now I'm going to ask Terri to help me with So believe me, this was worth the drive up. I have been looking forward to this. Terri accosted me in Toronto, put her hands on my shoulders and said, "What are you doing the last Friday of July?" And I said, "I have no idea." She goes, "Well, you're coming to Arcata." So happy to be here, and once again, congratulations. Would you like to say a few words on how or why?
Sure. I've been in Rotary 26 and a half years, and Marty's been in 16, I think. And I was always thrilled every time I found out more about the Rotary Foundation, because I see what it does. It's constantly ranked at the top of Charity Navigator for, you know, the least amount of administrative money. The money that we give really goes to the programs that we want to help. And Marty and I have both been lucky enough to travel to Mexico and to Vietnam and see Rotary projects that our money and your money has helped fund. And so I just believe in it. It's my favorite charity. I give, you know, to other things too. But 2 years ago, when we were getting ready to retire, our financial planner said, you know, it's more important to know what you're going to retire to than what you're retiring from. And so think about what you want to, you know, do in your retirement. And I thought, well, I think I want to travel and maybe become like a mini philanthropist. So that's our goal, and that's what we're doing. And I would be embarrassed to stand up here and beg you guys for money all the time like I do as your foundation chair if I didn't also give. So that's what we do. Thank you.
Or I could have let you take it from me, so it was easier to just give it to you to start. But I am going to try to interject and say something on your behalf even. So I believe that what Terri is saying is very important, and why we are all here is to give back in some way. And one of the things that we do as a club is we do every Rotarian every year, which is just a $10 donation, we put it in. And I think I would be remiss as the president to not become a sustaining member, and I'm going to do that today. So I'm putting up $100. I would like to challenge everyone else here to do the same if you can. And let's get that started. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ray. I like it. That doesn't mean that you can't also bid on Final Friday.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I just want to clear that up. So I want to thank Karen for organizing the donors for this month into a summertime theme. We talked about it last week, and she took it one step further and sent out an email so everybody has a summertime theme. Are you going to be my auctioneer, Mr. President?
Oh, I can.
What the heck?
You could also assign somebody.
I don't know.
Bob's my scribe.
Bob is a scribe, so I'm actually...
Or Maggie could auction.
Maggie, congratulations on being the auctioneer!
I've been drinking and I probably haven't had enough.
You've been drinking? Some people in this room are pale. You're fine.
All right.
I'm not talking about...
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is from Nick.
This is from Nick. Well, it's backwards. Sorry, my pen.
Here, you can talk about it. You can take that and look at this. I'll be your Vanna Wave.
Okay, so Vanna today has a wonderful summer mix here. A couple, it looks like you're supposed to drink something with this. You've got plates. There's no alcohol in this.
That's a first.
Okay, but it's still, the alcohol will come to that because it is so beautiful. So let's have it, we're going to start with $100. $100 for this. I'm sure you'll find alcohol. Anybody? We got 100 here. Do I hear 122?
Interesting approach.
122, anybody? Okay, what do I have? 110. Anybody? Come on now. It's beautiful.
It's nice.
It's very nice. Unbreakable? Try that. Let me see. Oh, yeah! Woo, come on! That's worth a lot of this.
You don't drink it, you buy it.
And they're beautiful.
I actually think that you make it just on this.
Oh, 125. Tami over there. Okay, 125. We have 125 for the plate set. When you do start drinking, you won't break. Good job, Jess. 125 going once. 125 going twice. Sold for $125.
Has to throw them after she has the alcohol. Unlike Jessica.
They are really cool. Who brought the pie?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Don't throw the cup.
No, don't throw the pie.
Don't let Jessica touch this.
You said
Oh my gosh.
Move to the side if you're gonna put it on.
I think this is an auctioneer fee. She just gets to keep this.
It's a wild California blackberry pie made by my mom yesterday, and she foraged for the berries with her husband, and they had a fight who picked the most berries. So 51% of those berries are from my stepdad. And 54%
So with today's minimum wage, we got to start this at $100.
You should also know that it was for dinner last night, but we stole it from. Special story.
So this is a hot pie. So do I have a bid starting at $100? Anybody? We got $100 here. Welcome back.
Wow.
Randy, we got
Isn't it a
$100.
surprise that the cop would buy the
Hot
stolen
pie. He's retired, and I'm sure when he's done with it, he'll turn the plate back in. Right? We got $100 for the pie. You guys, this is great. Anybody else? Nobody else? Going once? Going twice?
Well, I think you should wait because you should ask if can they pick another 51, 49. They can have another
Oh yeah, can we
competition
get another pie?
and make another pie.
Yeah.
Anyone else want a pie?
The pan comes with it.
Who does?
Glass pan.
Don't throw the pan.
Oh, don't throw the pan. Oh, you get to keep the pan.
All right.
So $100. Anyone else want a pie for $100? Going once? Going twice? Okay, we got my pie sold. Ready.
So, this is called Terri's Travel Treats. And the first thing is there's a really nice Rotary bag you can tell is unused. Because sometimes when I would go to Pets a lot, I'd get kind of worked up when I saw the Russell Hampton thing, and I'd get there early, so I'd go through and buy all the stuff I really liked. And then people later would say, "Where'd you get that?" And I said, "I bought the only one." But anyway, but I've never used it. I've never used it. And so these are things from our trip to New York earlier this month. This is an M&M blanket. There's a theme here. This is an M&M pan. You can either make cupcake tops or ice cubes that have an M on them. For Melinda, I'm thinking.
Damn, I think I see a thing here.
Okay, M&M lip gloss. I had fun at the M&M store too. But we're branching out to Lego Statue of Liberty magnet. And, and a little New York keychain from Lego. And the pièce de résistance, besides the bag, is a plastic crown full of pink and white M&Ms. So, travel treats.
You should tell the secret about that bag, because that bag is going to get you some extra bids, I'm sure. There's a little logo on the side of it that's amazing.
It's a Rotary.
It's a Rotary bag.
Yes, it is.
It's an
And it's got
embossed
lots
Rotary.
of nice zippers, and it will hold a computer. And you can see I haven't used it because it still has the plastic on it. And there are zippers back here too. So, this is this. And so you know, with Terri's Travel Treats, I'm going to Australia tomorrow night, so there could be another one.
You're going to Australia tomorrow night. Okay, so Terri needs a new pair of, no. So, Terri, where do you want to start the bid on this?
Oh, at least 100. I went all the way to New York, for God's sake.
She's going to, that's true, this costs a lot to bring to you. $100 for this bag. Do I have anybody starting at $100? Come on now, anybody? Okay, we've got Ray, 100, 125, anybody 125? We got 125, anybody at 150? 100, 150, do I hear 175? 175, 150 going once? Going twice? This is not fair. I don't have someone buying stuff for me here. Okay, 150 sold. Yeah, 150 sold. Sold to Lisa. Okay.
Wait, that's for you.
This is my bag.
Okay. Right, sorry.
We have a core bag, and we go up to the roof, we have mastic and tools and stuff.
Keep going, Chris. This is fantastic.
And a keys go. Okay. You know what? You bought it, it's yours, I can't say anything about it. So, thanks to Karen for the theme, and that tall thing there with what's in front of it and the chair in the back goes to Karen.
When you say what's in front of it, do you mean, this?
I mean the beer and the
You carried this up?
The beer and this?
Yes, and the chair.
And
the
this,
chair.
which weighs more than Karen. I watched her carry this up here.
Okay, so this is like awesome. So there is a 6-pack. You guys know what beer looks like. I don't need to bring it over here.
And how many know the Lazy Crazy Days of Summer song by Nat King Cole? I know many of you weren't born when he was around, but anyway, he talks about the days of soda, pretzel, and beer, so there's soda, pretzel.
Yes, and there's also, for those of you who don't want to drink the beer, we have a bunch of this. We got chips, and it's a very pretzels. Sorry, that's right. And it's a very cool bag.
You know, this might work better for your mastic and stuff, Chris, because you could put beer in it too to take up on the.
That's right. It will stay cold. All right, we're gonna start at 100, as is customary.
What?
A hiking book.
There's a hiking that goes with it too.
Hiking Humboldt book.
Who's going to hike after this beer? Well, we'll see.
So you have the beer behind you.
Tote the beer. And this was written by local Reese Hughes, if anyone knows Reese. A great trail steward and great advocate for trails. So we're going to start at 100, even though this is worth well more than that. Can I have a bid for $100? Ducks, 100 ducks.
100 ducks. All right.
100 ducks, okay. Do I have 125 ducks? 125 ducks, Dick? Do I have 150? 50? 150, come on, this is a lot of stuff. 150 with John. 175, anybody? 175, you can go hiking. We've got Dick, 175, you can go hiking,
Or you
biking.
can just sit in the chair and read about going hiking.
So we have two. I have 175 from Dick, I need 200. Do I have 200? Do I have 200? You can go hiking or not hiking, you can sit, you can drink, you can do. We have 175 going once, 175 going twice. Anybody, really? Last chance?
Very comfortable chair. You could fold this out right now.
I plan to.
Okay.
All right, so I think we better sell to him for 175 to Dick Johnson. All right.
Okay, there, you know, I like the way everybody listens when Karen says there's a fee. They believe her and they do it. Right, oh wow.
This one's from Jose, right?
This is from Jose. Is there anything under the 12 pack of Corona?
No, it's a 24 pack.
Oh, 24 pack. I stand
It's got room if you don't
Well
carry
done,
it,
Jose.
and multiple handles if you
Well
feel
done.
ready to carry it.
And is there lime in here? Do we have lime?
No.
Okay, well that's all right
I didn't want to have
because
anything perishable. With our Humboldt County summers, you really don't know when the sun's gonna hit.
you're right. You don't want that lime to go bad. All right, so we have start with 100. Who wants this for 100? Starting out, anybody? We've got 100 over here with Joyce. 125, anybody? It rolls.
Back and forth.
I feel like I'm vacuuming or something right now. But this is better than a vacuum because it has beer.
Can I offer you a top off because I think you might need this?
No, I'm not drinking. I'm not buying this.
Oh, I was trying to help you buy it.
No, I'm not. Because I don't drink Corona.
So you have friends.
We have a cooler.
Look at all the people here. You could give 24 people here a Corona.
How many would
I've
drink
got a bid over
How many
here.
would drink it?
Thank you very much.
I have a bid over here. Show some respect for our honorable judge here.
Fine, I will show her. some
Yeah,
respect.
show her some respect. See if she's going to court. She might need a top off. Are you going to court this morning?
No, I'm actually taking out vacation.
Oh, then
Oh, you
like
should get
mimosa.
started.
Mimosa for Jenna.
No.
All right. Well, then where are we? Where were we with you?
I
Because
bid 100. I mean, I bid 100.
okay. Well, I suppose if I bid 125, you would probably bid 150.
Well, maybe. You
All
don't
right.
know.
You'll have to.
I might be in a feisty mood today.
She's bid 200. Well, then, yeah, I don't want to get that feisty. Well, I guess I have no need for that. So I'll bid 125.
Now, this is the spirit of Final Friday.
That's right. That's right. I need this.
So you have no need, you bid 125.
Yeah.
So I guess I have no need, and I'll bid 150.
I
But
bet
I
you
had no
should.
need and I bid 100, so look at that.
Well, so I want to know, which of you, how many of you really do need this? I know some of you are going, you have one of those really kind of gross ones that it's like falling apart and clunky and doesn't have wheels, and you're thinking, well, I don't know, man. And you need this. I mean, if 3 of us who don't need it are willing to bid, then one of you who needs it ought to bid 175, right?
Keep talking, I see someone who needs taunting.
Taunting? Go taunt. So wait, we were at 125, 150. Did you bid 175? So we got a bid of 150. You can take this home for 151 if you're being
If you take it home for 151, I'll even go buy you a bottle of 151 to go with it.
Yeah, 151. It
Okay, so if you bid 155, you'll get the bottle of 151 and the thing, and you'll be able to beat her. You'll win 155. Anybody?
For the win.
For the win. Come on.
Oh, Shannon had it at 150.
Okay, 151 going once. 151 going
Wait a minute,
twice.
so if I'm gonna go buy this bottle of 151 anyway, shouldn't I bid 155 so I at least get it?
Yes.
Well, no, you gotta bid 175.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
No.
Started
Oh, no, I'm quite.
All right, we are at 151 going once, 151 going twice.
I'm not outbidding myself for something I'm buying. This is insane.
Well, you did it with a shirt.
Let's not remind me of that.
All right, we're going to sell this to Shannon for 151.
So we have one more thing that's not specifically Final Friday, and it's to help Travis on his trip. When do you leave?
Probably last week in August.
Okay, so you have a month to collect this. And he is going to make dinner for up to 4, but you need to tell me what this says, because I don't read much. Moqueca?
You want to go read it?
Yeah. You have a big voice, you can read this. So this, whatever you bid on this, is dinner for up to 4, and the money's for him to go to Brazil.
Dinner for up to 4, moqueca, traditional Brazilian fish stew with locally sourced Pacific halibut. Yeah. So with this, we can either do it at your house or you can come to our house, whatever you prefer, whoever wins it.
I haven't had Travis's food, but his dad is an amazing cook, so.
So you want to go ahead and start your bid? You can do it.
$100.
$100.
$100 is good. Was that $100?
That was me.
That was Romi. Okay.
150.
Okay.
175. Anyone? 175.
That lady back there is going to have a bottle of 151.
I don't think he wants her at the house after she's had one bottle.
I know you can't drink, but what kind of alcohol would one drink with this stew?
I don't know. I don't really know that.
Corona?
Good answer, good answer.
175.
I know, I said I know. I started, I prefaced it that way. You can't drink.
All my caipirinha is Brazil, or Mazarta.
Okay, I think, sounds like it went to Ian.
150, going once, going twice. Sold.
All right.
Okay, so I really appreciate the creativity of the youth exchange students because they don't just come with their handout, they do things in return for us giving them money, so that's wonderful. So to pay, you can, does somebody have the square?
Not today, Nick is not here.
Okay, so you can write a check to the Rotary Foundation, you can pay cash, you can mail a check to me later, and you just give it to him, so you know what they're doing. Thank you very much. How much did we raise?
Our total was 701.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
All right. So, I said Romi wanted to talk about the sandcastle sculpture earlier, but she was over there. But now she's here.
So, tomorrow is the Sand Sculpture Festival. It's the 29th annual. It's a fundraiser for the education programs put on by Friends of the Dance. And Carol Vandermeer is our leader of this particular RISE event. I believe she'll be there. That's what she says. And Karen's family will be there, Andres will be there, and I'm just trying to get see if there are other folks who plan to join them. Andres has a really fun idea of making a rotary with a sun around it and having it rising up out of the sand. So
What time is that at?
Well, I
It's
think
8 a.m.
folks
to
yeah.
2 p.m. as I
But
recall.
you don't have to stay. Prime viewing for those of you who just want to go and check out the sand sculptures, they say is 11, and it's at the Samoa drag strip. But sunrisers will meet at the Samoa drag strip at 8, and I'm just trying to figure out who's going to be there, because I cannot. I will be trail stewarding with Reese Hughes. Okay, I'll let him know. It's those 3 folks. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. So, because Final Friday, I want to keep it open. I'm going to pretend to hit the bell, but there's 15 minutes, and I know none of you have anywhere to be. And I know you don't see each other all the time. You still have the raffle, which I totally failed. Next time, I'll do the raffle before, so you have that money to spend. And if you win that money, you specifically, because you pointed it out, I expect some of that to be donated. All right. So, who has the raffle? The raffle!
You know, I think it's the, when you go to the raffle music, it kind of used to like that triggered the brain.
Ba-bum-ba-bum, ba-bum-ba-bum. You know what? No. If you want music, make it.
Okay, raffle time. Look for your tickets, find something. Where's our? Folks, this is us. Thank you. Pull out that lucky raffle ticket. I need my glasses because I'm young. No other reason? Okay, who's got 947?
I do.
Go too far? Because you have time.
Mix them up there. White ball.
You really can't feel the colors.
All right, what do you get here?
$5. $5 for it?
Got $5.
All right. Okay, how much is in the kitty? Do you know?
$40.
$40. All right.
You're on fire today, man.
Here you go. You're too busy on your phone.
Some weird stuff happened with the
All right, John, what do we got? My job.
Hope he didn't get a paper cut.
All right. 973. There. All right. Travis, go ahead.
Right?
All right.
That looks blue to me. That looks blue to me. I'm pretty sure that's
Is
the blue
that
one.
blue?
I think it's blue.
I think that was blue.
I think that one. You.
Are you sure that's not blue?
You have the power.
Wait a minute. That was the blue one, wasn't it?
I'm sorry. All right. So, President.
Congratulations.
You got the $40?
Within our world, that is the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a Rotarian truth.
I think that we have the rest of the money right here.
Blue ball, apparently.
Yes. Well, she'll get it back to me, but it's right there. It's perfect. So yay, congratulations. Good. That's why you were the bleed over Rotarian of the Week for like a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bleed over, I like that. That sounds so.
I know. I bleed over everything.
So what I was going to say is this would be the point, because Final Friday, I want to keep the schedule a little open. I could hit the bell, but there are a lot of people in here who don't regularly get to talk to each other, and I like to force people to be social because it's fun. So I guess you could just walk out on my meeting and that'd be okay. But I'm not going to hit this bell for a little bit, so it's social time.